Schmexy Productions. Technology, such a new but common commodity among younger generations. It can educate our schools, increase efficiency, and help us communicate with others. But technology can also cause distraction in the classroom, decrease productivity, and causes people to shut out others. The purpose of this film is to show that technology in classrooms can be both good and bad, but with correct usage can be a tremendous help to this nation's youth.
What is your opinion on technology in classrooms and use?
Well, I think that it can be a distraction, but it also can be a help, and I think it requires self-control. So I usually let my students use it if they can handle it, and then take it away if they can't. So I think that in the current age that we live in, you have to learn how to be smart, wise, and appropriate with it. And I think that we're going to have to teach that in classrooms. So that's my take on it.
What do you mean by technology? I would say the lights are technology. Very beneficial. Whiteboards, I don't know if that's technology, but smartboards, that's technology, that's great stuff. Cell phones, that's technology, that's a nuisance.
Okay. So like cell phones and personal technology, is that what you think bad?
Yeah, I think that it's not necessarily bad, it's great stuff, but it needs to be used appropriately, and more often than not in class is not appropriate. Using it in class is just a distraction.
In the classroom, I believe that they're good usage, especially if you are maybe looking something up or trying to get information to maybe expand your knowledge on a subject that you're doing. If you are texting or playing games, obviously that's not going to help you in the classroom, so that's not very helpful.
Do you want an honest opinion or something that's funny?
Honest opinion.
Honest opinion, alright. Well, I mean, it's a good resource for like looking things up or getting work done, but other than that, it can be kind of a distraction at bad times, such as, I guess, when you're doing quiet work or somebody's listening to music too loud, and then when a teacher's talking, it can be really distracting. But, it depends on the person's work.
Okay. So you do find it acceptable to use it in classrooms at times?
At times, yes. Not all the time, but...
I think technology in classrooms is great as long as it has a specific purpose. Technology just for the sake of technology is pretty useless. It should be used in order to make presenting materials to students more efficient, or to bring them greater understanding, or to allow students to streamline the whole process.
Let's take a look at some improper usage of technology in the classroom.
Hey, put your phones away and get back to work.
Usage of technology in the classroom can be beneficial as well as harming, but what classes is it most beneficial for?
Do you think there are some classes that should use it more or less than others?
Definitely. Like, I mean, like photography classes or working with computers, obviously, you're going to be doing it all the time, but, I mean, others, you should do it less so, like in, I guess, one of the teachers talking a lot, it can change from teacher to teacher, but I don't know any classes here.
I don't know about that necessarily. I think that it's going to depend on the teacher and the environment. So.
Maybe, I don't think there is a specific class that we should use more technology. In most classes, they are very open to it, so I don't think there's any specific class.
Absolutely. My classes especially, there's a lot of studio time where they're just in production mode, and if a student wants to plug in and listen to some music as they're working, that can be great. It would be conducive to what they're doing. Sometimes they'll want to look up, they'll want to reference something, on the internet to facilitate a project that they're working on. That can be a great advantage too.
I'm not a master of science or English or anything along those lines, I wouldn't say it should be barred from any classroom. I think it should be left to the teachers that teach those individual subjects to decide the degree to which it's appropriate to use it in their classrooms.
We have been blaming the technology, but could it be that it's actually the students that are the problem?
And do you think it's the students themselves, or do you think it's the technology that is the biggest distraction when it comes to this?
That's a good question. I'm going to say that it's kind of a 50-50 split, but the technology definitely is a bit of a distraction to people.
Okay, thank you.
Who also distract themselves a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely a personal self-control issue that needs to be taught and learned.
I believe it's how the students use them. So if they are sticking things in computers or deciding to play games, obviously that's their decision and they are making a very responsible one.
Okay, thank you.
The phone is an inanimate object, so we can't blame it on the phone. It's the operator.
I think it's both. I think the easy availability makes it so that there's an easy excuse available, but people are still responsible for their actions. When students decide to take their phone out every 10 seconds, they're making the choice to do so. But I think that the presence of the technology has also created a culture where, especially people that have grown up with mobile technology, so people that have grown up with cell phones are constantly obsessed with what's going on outside of their present location. You can see this in classrooms, but you can also see it if you walk to the lunchroom. You'll see a table of 6 kids sitting together, and instead of talking to each other, they're all on their phones doing something else, because to them, they've been conditioned, they've been brought up in a world where they feel like if they're not connected with what's going on outside of their current surroundings, that they're missing out on something. And I think that's a shame. I think people live better, richer lives if they're plugged into what's happening right in front of them.
All right, thank you.
Let's take a look at a student being distracted with technology and without technology.
Dude, he's freaking Spider-Man.
He's just hanging, you know.
As you can see, it doesn't matter if there is technology or there isn't, people will get distracted. Let's take a look at how teachers find it acceptable to have technology in the classroom.
When do you find it personally acceptable for use of technology?
Myself, personally?
For your class.
Oh, for my class? So if you're looking up information that would help you with this or that, like, I feel like that's perfectly acceptable. If you're, goofing around playing a video game or texting or doing those kinds of things, not acceptable. So I usually call kids out on that. But if you're using the technology to aid in your learning, it's great.
Well, like I said, I think there are certainly times when cell phones, for example, can be handy and can be a good thing to have. More often than not, though, I think they seem to get in the way with kids texting or playing games on their phones. And in those cases, they're getting distracted from the true task at hand, which is their education. So, I'd have to say more often than not, they're a distraction.
Now we know how technology can be a distraction, but let's show a clip about how it could be helpful for learning as well as distraction. For this project, you can take notes on your phone. Technology is obviously a distraction, but it is also helpful, and how you use it changes how it affects your learning. So if we can get schools to use technology in a helpful manner, it can help us in our mission to succeed in life.
What is your name and what class do you teach?
My name is Mr. Newton. I teach chemistry, lab science, and algebra 2.
My name is Lucas Crow, and I'm in 10th grade.
I am Aaliyah Freeland, and I am in 10th grade.
I'm Mr. Hall, and I'm one of the art teachers here.
What's your opinion?
And the head track coach. Forget that.
I'm Mr. McLean. I teach geometry and AP economics. I'm the National Honor Society advisor and the math department head.
Hey, put your phones away.
Yeah, okay.
Action.
Hey, put your phones away and get back to work.
Okay, so what is your name and what grade are you?
My name is Dorian, and I'm a sophomore at PHS.
Okay, what is your opinion on technology in classrooms?
Technology is a key thing in the classroom. It provides information, and you're able to look. Okay, yeah, this is a bad idea.
Okay, it's okay. Okay.
Hey yo, I once was a kid, all I had was a dream. More money, more problems, when I get it, I'ma pile it up. Now I'm dope, want the bread, we can toast. So fresh how we flow, everybody get this style from us. Once was a kid with the other little kids, now I'm ripping up shows and them fans going wild with us. Tell mommy I'm sorry, this life is a party. Remember you was a kid, reminisce days of the innocence. Now it's shitty bang, Google me the images. Follow me, I'm the leader. And when I park cars, I don't pay for the meter. I remember I was younger as a kid, it was the best. I used to touch on all the pretty girls in recess. I'm at my peak, yes, I won't leave yet. Cereal style, cereal out.